This episode may be accompanied by the sounds of, well, not gentle rain, it's very vigorous rain, but it's rain nonetheless. Which is maybe not the most fitting for Freezeman stage. Hey, rain outside, get a little colder! I don't think it listened to me. Anyway, Freezeman stage. We start with what to me is a very familiar song. It is a good song, I will say, I like it, but I feel like it's also kind of just like the iconic YouTuber or machinima person needs a song for, like, something involving a snow or ice level, you know? I don't know, I feel like somebody has just chosen this song and just has Mario running around one of the ice stages in Mario 64, and is just putting Windows Movie Maker text over the whole thing. I have a very specific point of YouTube I grew up with. I don't know if that's a cut anybody else is gonna understand, but whatever. And speaking of cuts you might not understand, since we're speaking of things that get used a lot, Mega Man 7 sprites in general. How many sprite comics were spawned from this game alone? It has to be at least in double digits, right? I don't want to say triple, because that would imply that sprite comics were extremely widespread, and they kinda were, but like, I don't know if I'd say hundreds. Either way, though, God, this is just... For a game that, when I was growing up, seemed to be the one everybody hated, like, everybody disliked Mega Man 7 for, I don't know what reasons, because it wasn't one of the 8-bit games. I don't quite get it. I have problems with it, I'll discuss those later, but like, I don't know. I think it's a pretty solid game nowadays, and I think generally the public perception of it has also softened. It was kinda hated back in the day, but yeah, just despite that reputation it had in, like, the mid-2000s, boy, so many of its resources were used for internet things. So anyway, here's a very bad showing of Danger Rap, because it's Sniper Joe, the absolute worst target for it. So let's see what Danger Rap actually does with a good target. Oh, no, we've got a platforming section. And at the end of it is going to be a new power. Da-da-da-da. We'll see that in a moment. For now, can I see any use of Danger Rap? There we go. Okay, so, you can trap enemies in bubbles that have bombs in them, and after a few seconds the bombs will explode. Do be wary of this power, as when something's trapped in a bubble, you can't actually, like, make a new bubble, so that's a bit of a pain. So yeah, we got Rush Search earlier. As I said, we'll be making use of this soon. Rush Search will help you find random items if you use it. If you just, like, go to any point in the level, it might help you find health power-ups or energy power-ups, you know, whatever have you. However, if you have a strategy guide, you'll probably know that there are actual upgrades buried underground sometimes. And one of them is actually buried near the end of the stage. Also, I mentioned the music, but I will say, the background's also pretty good. There's a whole lot of variety to it. We had, like, the ice wall sections. We have this, you know, nice outdoor snow sections with these toboggans full of roly-poly guys. It's just a very cool-looking level. That was accidentally an ice pun. Sorry about that. Normally I wouldn't apologize for puns, but, like, I don't know. Ice puns are kind of bottom of the barrel, right? Like, they're so easy to do half the time, it's really not worth it. Alright, and we got the exit ability, so if we've completed a stage before, we can leave it. I know, exciting ability, but it is very useful, so don't mock it too much. And now, the worst boss in the game, it's Freezeman! Freezeman is way too much. He is constantly moving, he's got a whole lot of abilities, he can freeze the floor, like that. Do not be standing on the floor when he does that, because then you'll get stuck to the ground. And if that happens, then he'll probably hit you. And yeah, other than that, he is just constantly moving. You are never safe in this fight. He has a pretty obvious pattern, I'll give him that, like, he's very repetitive, but the motions he does are just so hard to adapt to. He is all over the place, and oh, look, he just decided to throw an ice ball down right there. Almost got me with that. This is just such an uncomfortable pattern to get used to that just... Ugh, I hate it so much. Having to deal with Freezeman is the worst. You do not get a moment to breathe. I'll talk more about this later, but like, I think Mega Man 7's biggest problem is sometimes it doesn't feel like they quite adapted to Mega Man's bigger size, and that's one of the problems I have with this boss is you don't get a break, and also Mega Man is huge, but it feels like Freezeman was made to fight a much smaller Mega Man, you know? He needs to be fighting an 8-bit sized Mega Man, cause otherwise, you don't even have that much room to move either. Oh well, I don't need to complain about it. We got Freeze Cracker, the whitest possible ability name. And with that, I'm just going to say we defeated Freezeman. Once again, ice puns are too easy. I'm done with them. I've left that life behind. It's not for me anymore. I'm putting that kind of pun on ice. Ah, god